But depending on what side of the coin you're on with the question, maybe if you're a Canadian and you're listening, you're saying, no, there's no way we would do that. We would never do something like that as Canadians. Might be right. But my thing is, when you have, especially in sports, and you have a reason to celebrate that moment. It doesn't happen all the time. And the World Cup only happens once every 4 years. So it's not an event that you see all the time. And you certainly don't see a 13-0 win in the World Cup. So the U.S. American women had every single right to celebrate. And I know I'm saying this. Oh, you're just saying this because you're an American, and you're an American dude, and you don't understand, man. Whatever. I'm saying this. I'm not just saying this because I'm an American. I'm saying this because it's the truth. They had a right to celebrate, and they did. So this happened to be America. Go Team USA. And you know what? My friend got me some really yummy bourbon called America Bourbon. Free advertising for them. But since we're talking about Team USA, go get you some of that America Bourbon. No, I'm not drinking any right now. It's way too early for that. Or is it? Or am I? No, of course not. Of course not. You don't start drinking till at least noon. Come on, people. No. Kidding. Yeah, they had every right to celebrate. Now let's transition a little bit over to the NBA Finals. Okay, who would have ever thought at the beginning of the year that the Toronto Raptors would have been in the NBA Finals? And talking about the Canadians, I'd love to see that win with the Raptors. I do. And I have to admit, I have some Canadian friends that I like. So, in all fairness to the Canadians, no love lost. But I'd love to see the Toronto Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors. And I'm going to equate the Golden State Warriors and their dynasty to the New England Patriots or the Boston Red Sox or the Boston Bruins. So we're going to get to that in a minute, too. The dynasty, so win. Get tired of seeing that. Get tired of it. So I was glad to see the Golden State Warriors. Now, some ones would say, well, there's an asterisk behind that because Durant and others' injuries prevented them from playing at their. No, they went 7 games. They lost at home. Both teams lost at home, for that matter. But the Warriors went 7 games against Toronto Raptors. First time the NBA championship has ever been in Canada. First NBA championship for a Canadian team. That was great. And the celebration was crazy. And Toronto is a great city. It really is a good city. Lots to do, lots of places to go, lots of things to do in Toronto. I've been there. It's a fun city. It's a nice city. It's good atmosphere. But they, in game 6, I believe it was 6 or 5, either which one of those games, when Kevin Durant went down, pulled his Achilles heel, every fan in that stadium was on their feet cheering. Well, of course. I guess I get it. There again, they're cheering because the key player to the dynasty just went down. Won't be able to return. I get it. I understand that. But that was not a good look for the city of Toronto. That was not a good look for fans. Again, I'm going to play the reversal card here. We as Americans don't celebrate injuries. As much as I don't like Tom Brady, and I use the word hate in a I say that for very special people. I'm just kidding. I don't hate Tom Brady. I just he's with the Patriots and he's one of the greatest, and we don't like him. So, but I guarantee you, if they were here in Indianapolis and we were in a playoff situation, it was the AFC Championship game, and if we win this game, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. We see Tom Brady go down, and our hopes get lifted. We say, "Whoa!" But I can guarantee you, the 60,000 some odd people jam packed into Lucas Oil Stadium aren't going to be standing and cheering that Tom Brady just went down. So the Canadians were talking about Team USA celebrating too much, but yet it was also the Canadians that were celebrating an injury of Kevin Durant. Where's the double standards there? So I think that it put it all in perspective, if you will. But congratulations to the Toronto Raptors. Raptors delight. I know. I went there. I had to. I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. And those of you that are as old as dirt as me know what Rapper's Delight is. It's an old 80s rap song. Look it up, Google it. There's a play on words. Toronto Raptors delight in their win. Raptor delight. All right, I digress. Hey, let's take hats off to my St. Louis Blues. I'm a big St. Louis fan. I'm a big Cardinal fan. No bias here, none whatsoever. But you talk about a dynasty, another dynasty go down. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. Fun stat here, okay? We saw two dynasties go down in the same week. First time that's ever happened. We saw a first-time championship in both hockey and NBA finals, go 7 games. Both get crowned the champion in the same week. It's never happened before. So the St. Louis Blues beat the Boston Bruins at Boston. Now, how many people honestly thought the Blues would be there? I don't think anybody would even have the Blues are a lot like the Cubs of hockey. I mean, they just never got anywhere. But they did this time, and they went on a roll, and they went on to win the Stanley Cup Finals. So, great history with the Stanley Cup, though. A lot of people may not know that's one of the most coveted trophies in sports. To give an idea, everybody on the team has an opportunity to spend a week, I believe, with the trophy. The trophy is taken to their house, taken to family gatherings, wherever they want to take it, whatever they want to do with it. The thing about it is, it also comes with a guard. There is an actual guard, armed guard, that guards that trophy 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even inside of its trophy case. And you think, well, the Board Mortgage is pretty, well, that's true, but it doesn't have the same level. And, just like, if you win a Super Bowl, everybody in the organization gets a Super Bowl ring. Well, it doesn't happen in hockey. Not everybody gets a little miniature Stanley Cup or anything like that. But they do have an opportunity to pick the trophy up and hold the trophy. But they are absolutely forbidden, and there's financial penalties involved with this if you do, of lifting it up above your head. That is reserved for the captain of the winning team. He is the only one allowed to lift the Stanley Cup above their head. And so, each team is engraved on that. It's a magnificent trophy if you ever get an opportunity to see it up close. And the city of St. Louis is celebrating like no city before. We thought Chicago came unhinged when they won the World Series a few years back. I got a feeling St. Louis got a big party, and that's going to be going on for a few days. But congratulations to the St. Louis Blues. But here we are, guys. We're getting to be that time a year when there's really nothing going on. Really nothing going on. So what you do is you subscribe to the podcast. And if you're listening to us on the podcast right now, thank you. Hit subscribe. We have thousands of downloads and subscribers every week. So I appreciate your loyalty and listening to us. But yeah, lots to catch up on some old shows. Do some balanced binging. Why not? Why not? We're right there at your fingertips. So once you hit subscribe, once we're converted into a podcast, and that'll happen in a few short minutes after this broadcast ends. And unlike a lot of shows, not other podcasts and things, their podcast is edited, highlighted, like maybe with just interviews or just different things. It's very heavily edited, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But the balance is unique in a lot of ways because we don't do that. When you listen to the podcast, you are listening to the show. So why not hit subscribe? It's right there in front of your fingertips. Or hit like. Whether or not you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or TuneIn or Stitcher, any place you can get a podcast, you can pretty much find us. So thank you. Thank you for listening. NFL's in the OTAs. Bringing it home here with the Indianapolis Colts, Andrew Luck is setting out OTAs because of a sprained ankle. Hopefully nothing more to read into that. Also, since it is Father's Day weekend, congratulations to Andrew Luck and his wife. They are expecting child. They are with child. And so I know in an interview here this week with Dave Calabro, WTHR, here in Indianapolis, he goes, how does that make you feel? He's like, I'm terrified. Big guy like Andrew Luck, terrified of a little baby. I get it. I understand. I was a father. I'm still a father. But I remember when my son was born, I thought, man, I was going to drop him. But it's a blessing to be a father. It really is. We like to make jokes about it and things, but it really is a big responsibility. And, unfortunately, and it's unfortunate that this happens, and I know it happens with moms and single dads and that sort of stuff too, but a lot of times guys don't step up and do the right thing. And I mean, everybody has things that happen and things that maybe are unplanned, but one of the greatest achievements that you can ever have is be a father. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. My name is Marquis, El Presidente. It's been great. Thank you, Matthew Embury, for joining us for IndyCar Talk. Steve Wilson, Speedway Digest, and Sean Horton talking some NASCAR with us. My name is Marquis, El Presidente. Remember, don't drink and drive. It isn't cool. I'm not laughing about that. I literally am having issues here. Okay, issues resolved. I couldn't get my board to come back up. It was one of those days. But, hey, like I said, don't drink and drive. It isn't cool. My name is Marquis, El Presidente. Make sure you catch the podcast. You hit subscribe. Make sure that you're following us on at C-Balance. My name is Marquis, El Presidente. Happy Father's Day to you. I'm out of here. Deuces.